afternoon, YouTube. Subject350 here, and today we're just going to be doing a little bit of a chop video as kind of a chillax video. You know, I'm on my spring vacation, so, you know, I'm just chilling back a little bit, you know, kind of getting into the vacation thing, my vacation groove. So we're just going to do a laid-back video for today, and later, you know, I'm definitely going to shoot some actual, like, welding, probably some stick videos. But before we get into this shop tour of my huge shop, I want to ask you guys something. Now, the last video I released, the tip that, you know, I don't remember the exact title, it's going to be in the description below, but it was a tip that how to set your tungsten stick out for any joint right the first time. And I did that video. It was about a 5-minute video. I had music playing in the background. And, you know, I personally like that kind of video over the previous kind that I did, you know, where I do a lot of talking, like what I'm doing right now. And if you don't want to hear me talk, feel free to skip ahead to the tour. You know, I'm just trying to ask you guys something. I just want to know which style of video you guys prefer, whether you prefer the longer ones with maybe a little bit of music edited in just to kind of keep it from being incredibly boring, or the ones that are really short, blunt, and to the point kind of videos with music playing the entire time. If you could leave, I'm going to actually link a couple of videos in the description below, so you can watch them and make your decision based off of which one you'd prefer. And comment below which one you want to see more, and whichever one gets the most overwhelming comments. Positive comments towards, I'm going to mostly be doing that style. A couple of exceptions will probably be like full review videos and stuff like that. Those are just going to be longer by nature. So, anyways, without further ado, welcome to my shop. Let's take a tour. Alright, so you know we're just going to go from left to right here. I'm going to do a quick little panorama shot here. I am not actually holding the camera in my hand. Excuse me, but it's in my tripod, and I'm holding my tripod, so hopefully, you know, this provides a little bit of a better view. Anyways, I guess we're going to start with this green shelf here. Now, fun fact, this used to be my welding table. This right here used to be this before I got this. I'd put things on top, you know, it was pretty convenient. But when I got this, which we'll look at later, I just use it as a shelf because I got it for free and can't turn down free stuff. So the bottom shelf is basically just like cut-offs and things that I've welded, you know, that don't fit on my official scrap metal shelf, which I'll show you in a sec. And then, so, you know, nothing too fancy down there, but if we move up to the second shelf, I took those white things that used to be on my workbench, but they just store things like nails, screws, welding parts, and any other assorted shop things. And on top of them, I just have random crap, and I put my TIG torch up there because I have stopped using the welding cart that I built, just because it's not really that great. But also, on the middle shelf, I store cables, welding helmets, and a couple of grinding stuff, like wheels and flat wheels and stuff. Top shelf, you guys have seen this before. This is rod storage and glove/helmet storage. You know, I've got mostly safety stuff up here. I've got some measuring tools. I've got a file. You know, it's kind of random up here, but, you know, it's all wire and rods for TIG and stick. So, you know, it's a shelf. What else you want me to say? Anyways, we're going to move on to my newly cleaned workbench. You know, it used to have a lot of stuff on it, like a drill press, which I took off because it's pretty useless. But we got my welder cables. I unhooked them. If we move back here, whoops, we're going to slip by my stool here. We got this thing right here. This is just something, I don't even remember where I got it, but it holds my TIG parts, some more TIG stuff on top. Moved here, we got my welder, which I read this online. I'm keeping it unplugged in case of a power surge because I don't want to wreck it. My new helmet. It's so beautiful. Okay, that was weird. We had a pegboard where I keep my grinders, you know, just to get them out of the way. It's really handy. Just kind of got a bucket of random crap. Who doesn't have that? And this, which is a third hand. I'll link the video in the description below. But, you know, I made that. It was a really fun build. You can build it any way you want. And it's pretty funny because I kind of screw up a lot in it. So, let's move on to where the magic happens, people. Yeah, this is my welding table. I've had this pretty much ever since I got started in welding. You know, it's been a fantastic table. I know it is Harbor Freight, and some of you people are like, oh, it's Harbor Freight, I got everything, I don't like Harbor Freight. You know, it's a cheap table, it's a good table, it does what it's a table. I mean, it does what it's supposed to do. And then we got the famous shop stool right here. You know, I built this thing a while back, like when I first started TIG welding, so about a year ago. Just out of some scrap and an exercise machine seat, and it works pretty well. You know, I tried to make a video on that, but I had a crappier camera than what I've got now. So, yeah, I just keep brushes and my hammer and drill press vise that I use for clamping things, like this, which you saw in the TIG tip video. So, or the first TIG tip video on the tungsten stick out. So, you know, if you're gonna buy something to clamp, just get a cheap drill press vise. Doesn't have to be square, doesn't have to be a nice one, you know, just drill press vise. And over here, we got the infamous chop saw stand. I made 3 videos on that. I built it last November when I was on my Thanksgiving break, and on which has an incorporated scrap metal shelf. This is my official scrap metal shelf. So, you know, this is where I'll take stuff to use in projects and, you know, stuff like that. And on top of it, we've got my Porter cable chop saw. I got it from Tractor Supply for about $100. It's a good chop saw. You know, what little I've used it, I love it. You know, it's an abrasive cut, so think what you want of it. But it's a nice saw. It's a nice saw. You know, it's better than using a grinder to cut square tubing that's like a 1/4 inch thick. Last but not least, got my argon tank mounted to my welder cart of fail thing. I think that's what the video series was entitled. Not really. This is, you know, before I know what I know today. You know, it was one of my first actual TIG projects. So, I mean, you can look at some of those blasphemous welds. 2 of them are okay. But, anyways, just a Milwaukee, like 200, 300-pound hand truck with a little scrap angle iron shelf welded on it. And rebar, something to loop the cables over, but it never really worked really well. So now I just use it as an argon storage cart. And I plan to make myself a better cart in the future, and then I can actually use this as a dolly. So, anyways, we're just I'm gonna sign off quickly, and then, yeah, you can just enjoy the awesomeness of what a gigantic workshop looks like. Alright guys, so thank you for watching this video. If you stayed all the way to the end, you're a true subscriber. Sorry if that was a little awkward. I'm kind of, need to get back into the video grind again, but I'm going to try and do that, you know. I'm definitely not going to be uploading like 3 videos in one day. I'm actually probably just going to shoot a bunch in one day and then edit everything together to upload over a period of like 3 or 4 weeks. So, anyways, yeah, that was my shop tour. Again, sorry if it was a little awkward. You know, I had to do that was my second take because the first one was just super awkward. But before I sign off, I want to remind you guys again to comment in the comment section below. I mean, where else would you comment? But comment in the comments below which style of video you like. You know, I'll link a couple both in the description. I'll link the TIG tip video, and I'll probably link the third hand video because both of them, they're both styles, and just let me know which one you like better, because whichever one gets the most positive reinforcement in the comments, I will continue doing that and probably drop just the other video style. So, anyways, really hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Please leave a like, as it always helps me out, and if you enjoy my content, subscribe. And as always, this is Subject 350, signing off, guys. See y'all in the next video.